Hi everyone, this is Chronicle. Okay, this will be the last elemental ranking I'll be doing for this year, 2021, like elemental ranking. And I only talk about those characters that I usually use for the normal quest, hell quest, or PvP or raid boss. And then about my ranking, I will split into two categories. First one is without the runes, gear, mementos, everything, but almost full spec with Kaigan gates and laser skill. And then the second category is with everything equipped. Okay, so let's go. さあ、行きましょうか。Okay, the first character I'm going to introduce is Chloe, and she's my first 5-star character when I started playing this game, and she's one of the rare old unit as well. And her voice actor is Hayami Sari, also one of my favorite. And then her job is Body Knight or Paladin, so she's very good in tank the enemy damage. And as you can see, her HP and physical defense is pretty high, but the rest is average. Okay, first thing first is her main ability set, this one. Okay, this skill is pretty good. It recovers her HP, and then for the 2 turns, her physical defense and magic defense greatly increase, as well as jump +1. So this skill is actually quite good, especially you can use 5 times, and the dual cost is only 15. Yes, very nice. And then by increasing her physical defense, also increase her skill damage. Like for example this skill, the skill power is depending on her physical defense. So if her physical defense is high, the damage will be very high. And then also, it will permanently increase her speed and can be stacked 3 times when you use this skill. So try to use this skill for 3 times so that her speed will be very fast. And then for this skill is also very good. It's also based from the physical defense. And it also reduces the opponent's speed for 3 turns and with the probability of critical, so that the overall damage will be higher than usual. But then for the last skill, it is based from her physical attack, not physical defense. So beware. And then next is her rational ability, this one. Also very nice. When she getting any types of damage, she will counter the enemy with dual damage, and she will drain the opponent's physical defense for 2 turns, and skill attack can be activated as well. So it will further increase her physical defense. It's also very nice. But depending on the situation, you might use this rational ability, this one, to reduce any types of damage when she getting any attack. Yeah, and there's no range limit. And even if the opponent is using the skill attack, it will still activate as well. So if the opponent is using a long range attack, this will be the better choice. But if the opponent is using the close range attack, the another rational ability will be the better choice. And then next is the Kaigan Laser. Once you master her 7 gate and with level 20 for the Laser, you will unlock this skill ability, this one. Well, it is also depending on her physical defense, and then before the skill attacks, her physical defense will plus 1000 and can be stacked 2 times for 2 turns. So basically her overall skill damage will be very high after when you use this skill for 2 times. Yes, very nice. But the shooting range is only just 1, so beware. And then next is her mementos. Okay, if you really want to use her for the maximum spec, this mementos is the must. This mementos. And this mementos is not limited, so it's quite good. And then for the visual ability, it permanently increases her physical defense and healing power and can be stacked 10 times when she getting any types of damage. So basically by increasing her physical defense, also increase her damage for the skill. And also by increasing her healing power, also increase her HP recover. Yeah, 2 in 1. And then second thing is, this Vision Gear Award or Memento Gear, also very nice. It increases a lot of the HP and the physical defense is plus 100, very nice. And jump +1, also very nice. And with the dark elemental resistance, not bad actually. And then the best part is the weapon ability, this one, very good. It's a moving skill attack and the skill power is depending on the physical defense. And then she will force the enemy targets towards her only for 3 turns, and with the HP regen, and during the HP regen, she will have the all elemental resistance up. and the shooting range is 4, and the AoE is diamond. So this skill is actually very good, since not only it force provoke the enemy, as well as with the HP regen and the elemental resistance up, so that she can easily withstand the enemy damage. Very nice. And then for the another mementos, this one is also pretty good. Well, for the BG ability, this one, it increases her physical attack and defense for 1 turn, and then with the status limit for 3 turns. This is actually very nice, status limit. And you can use this BG ability skill attack also depending on the physical defense. Well, this skill attack is actually pretty good for her. And then for the Bianca award or memento skill, this weapon also very nice. It increases the physical attack and with the healing power, light attack and strong versus the dark, so that her damage is pretty high against the dark unit. And then for the weapon ability is also not bad. It is a moving skill and should recovers your allies' HP within the AoE and with the physical attack and defense buff. Okay, it's not really that bad, but the main purpose is the HP recover. And the moving range is 4 and the AoE is a plus. Okay. And then another one more thing about this weapon is this Kaigan skill, weapon ability as well. And it's based from her physical defense as well. And then if you manage to hit level 3, the skill damage is pretty high actually. So it's not really that bad, and the shooting range is 4 and the AoE is plus. But then, if you don't have this weapon, you can try to equip this weapon. It is a free weapon you can hunt from the event quest anytime. And then you can use this weapon ability, which is actually not so bad. It is a simple slash attack, but the best part is her physical defense times 4 for 1 attack. So basically for the next attack, her damage will be very high. But then too bad, this skill you only can use 1 time, so beware. But it's better than nothing. And then for the seals or runes, well, you can either equip with physical defense, everything, or HP set and physical defense set, either way. So either if you want her with more HP or more physical defense, yeah. And then with the slash attack, and with the guts, or critical rate, either way. And then with the resistance, whether you want the slash resistance or magic resistance or shooting resistance, anything. And then magic defense and the rest anything. So I guess that's all about Crowray. Okay, next is the second character I'm going to introduce is Spica, and then she's also one of the old characters as well. And then her job is a warrior, so she'll be using the axe. Basically it's a slash attack. And as you can see, her HP is pretty high as well, and her physical attack and physical defense is more than 1k. It's pretty balanced, but the rest of the status is normal. And then first thing first is her main ability skill set, this one. Okay, her first skill is actually not so bad. It greatly increases her physical defense for 3 turns. And with the move plus 2, and permanent increase the attack power against the monster unit. So it is quite good to use this skill from the start, so that her physical defense will be increased and her move will be 5, so that she can easily move around the map. And then for the second skill is also not bad. It is an aerial slash attack with slow status and also increase her slash attack. Okay, not that bad. And then with the jump slash attack, 100% hit skill. So this skill is very good against the evasion unit. And then this skill also not so bad. The skill damage will be increased when her current HP is very low, and with the stun status for 3 turns. And during the stun status, the opponent's speed greatly down. So this skill is very good for arena and PvP. But the shooting range is only just 1, so beware. And then for the last skill, it is a combo skill. Like for example, when you use this skill, it changes into the second skill. And then if you use the second skill, it will change into the third skill. And after that, when you use the third skill, it will change into the first skill again. So basically is, if you never use the second or third skill, it will change back to the first skill, so beware. And then for the side ability, well, basically nothing much, except for this skill. It's pretty good. Not only it deals the decent damage, and it is an AoE diamond tree. It's pretty big, within herself, but also increase the rage status of the enemy, so that the enemies will be keep using the normal attack on Spica only. But of course, if the opponent have the rage status immune, it will be useless. And then if the opponent have the rage status, to activate this racial ability, which is also very powerful. It is a first strike counter attack, and also reduce the enemy slash and strike attack for 1 turn, and also increase her physical attack and can be stacked 5 times for 1 turn. And skill attack can be activated as well. And the shooting range is Diamond 3 within herself. So basically, if there's many enemy keep attacking her, if she activates this racial ability for 5 times, her attack power is super high for the 1 attack. But then, if the opponent is using any shooting attack that is beyond the range of 3, it will be useless of course. Yeah. So you need to make sure the enemy is a close range attacker, so that she can easily activate this racial ability. But then, depending on the situation, you can switch this racial ability with this racial ability when you master her 5th gate. Well, it is a HP drain and also increase her physical defense and physical attack for 3 turns. So basically, it will increase her survival rate. But then, of course, if the opponent is using the shooting attack that is further from the range of 3, it will be useless as well. As well as this ability, you can switch around with this Dragon Cabra, so that she can use the jump attack. And it is a 100% hit skill, so it's quite good. And you can use the jump attack up for 1 turn, so that the jump attack will have high damage. But beware, this jump attack is not included on this main skill, jump skill, because this skill, even though it's a jump attack, but it's a slash attack, so it doesn't increase the attack. So you need to be careful on this part. So if you want to use the jump attack, you only can use the side ability, these 2 skills, for more damage. Okay, next is the Mementos. Okay, for this Mementos, it's not limited, and it's pretty good for her, especially this BG ability. It is an area skill attack, and increase her all attack, and with the dual regen for 3 turns. So basically, with this BG ability, she can easily use her skill attack, and also increase the attack power, so it's really quite good. But the best part is, this weapon is very good for her, and also one of the best weapons. It greatly increases the physical attack, and jump +1, and light attack +12, so that her attack power is very high. And what's more, this weapon ability is also very nice. It greatly reduces any types of damage, as long as the enemy is using any attack in front of her. And then it also reduces the damage if the enemy is attacking from the side. But then, if the opponent is attacking her from the back, it doesn't reduce any damage, so beware. And then for these Mementos, also not bad. It greatly increases her speed, and this visual ability when you max break, so that her speed is pretty high, as well as she also can increase your allies' physical attack and magic attack for 3 turns by consumes her HP, so beware. And the AoE is Diamond 2. And you can use the visual ability attack, but it's really nothing much. And then for this accessory, it's actually quite good. Well, it increases the initial jewel, speed, stun resistance, and evasion up. But then, she doesn't really need any evasion because her overall evasion is not really that high, even though it's better than nothing. But then, this accessory you can give other character equip, but it only applies to Rush Stories female unit. So as long as anyone that has high evasion, this accessory is very good for them. But this accessory is also very good for her because of this weapon ability. It permanently increases her all attack. So if you want to increase her overall attack, you can just equip this accessory if you want. And then with the start resistance 50. It's quite good for the arena PvP, especially against the stop attacker. And then with Ultima Muffler or HP regen armor, so that every turn it will recover her HP so that she will not die so easily. Also quite good for her. And then for her seals or runes, well, I think the best will be HP set and physical defense, these two. Or HP plus accuracy, either way. and with the slash attack, and then with guards or healing power, and then with physical defense or any resistance you want, and then magic defense and so. So I guess that's all about Spica. Okay, next is... This is the third character I'm going to introduce, Alma, and she's one of the main characters from the main story, chapter 3, and then she's considered a limited unit, and in order to get her, you need to have these mementos, and this mementos is limited. So technically is buy one get one free. Yeah, so this is one set. You do not need to go for the character and mementos. You just need to go for the mementos and get Alma. So it's quite good. And then her job is physical strike attacker. But compared to the other physical strike attacker, her skill power is depending on the magic attack. As you can see, her magic attack is super high. As well as it's also depending on the dex and speed. So the higher her M attack, speed and dex, the damage will be increased. And then her other status is decent, but her move and jump is pretty high, 5 and 4, not bad. Okay, next is her main ability set. And then for this first skill, it's a moving skill and with the CT plus 40 on herself. And then it increases her move and jump plus 2 for 1 turn. So that her move will be 7 and her jump will be 6. So that she can easily move around the map. And then for this second skill is also very good. It is a light attack skill plus reduce the enemy light elemental resistance and strike resistance and can be stacked 2 times for 3 turns. And along with CTR and Unify. So this skill is very good for all types of situations, whether it's for the raid boss or arena PvP or normal hell quest. But the only bad thing about this skill is the shooting range is only just 1, so beware. And then this skill also not so bad. She can inflict any enemy buff nullified for 3 turns. And the shooting range is 5. And then this skill she can choose anyone at any panel. And then this skill also not bad. It's an AoE skill and with the strong versus the human. And then the AoE is 3 times 3 in front of herself. The damage is pretty high, but the jewel cost is pretty high as well. And then this skill is a super powerful insane skill, especially very good for arena and PvP. Because it is a moving 8 hit light strike attack and strong versus a human, and it's 100% hit and with the 2 turn stun status and the shooting range is 4. It's really very good, especially against the evasion unit. And lastly is, she can increase any ally PT plus 30 and push them 2 square away. So this skill is not really that bad as well. And then next is her side ability. And when you master her 5th gate, she'll have magic attack times 5 for 1 turn. So basically after this skill charge, her attack power will be greatly increased. Super high damage. Yes, this is really very nice. And then this skill also not bad. It is a moving AoE skill. And if there's many enemies within the AoE, the damage will be increased. And also reduce the enemy CT half. And also reduce her jewel cost by half for 3 turns. So that she can easily use her main ability skill after this skill attack. So it's quite good. And then she can inflict the opponent, paralyze and this status. But your allies will also get the status as well, so beware. And depending on the situation, you can switch this side ability with this Chromancer so that she can use the clock up status on your ally or clock down status on the enemies and stop status on the enemy. So it's not really that bad overall, but you cannot use the magic attack times 5. And then next is her rational ability, this one, also pretty good. There's a chances of reduce the enemy magic damage. But if the enemy is using the physical damage, it will be useless, so beware. And then for her support ability, you can actually switch around depending on the situation. And then for this support ability, when you master her 2nd gate, it added extra magic attack up with move and jump plus 1. And then for this 2nd support ability, it increases her magic attack, dex and strike attack. Also not bad, very good for her. And then for this support ability, when her HP is less than 50%, her magic and speed increase. Also very nice, but there's a requirement. And then for this one, she'll have the clock down and stop immune and increase her HP and move +1. Also not bad. And then for this support ability, it increases her skill usage by 1. It's really depending on the situation, this might be the better choice, but then these two should be the best choice by default. Or maybe with this passive that is when her HP is less than 50% with requirement. Okay, next is her mementos. Okay, for this first mementos, her visual ability is not really that bad. It is a strike attack with strong versus a dark unit and also push away the opponent 7 square. And then for this weapon, it increases her physical attack, magic attack, dex, speed, and light attack. So this weapon is one of the best. And then there's one more good thing about this weapon is everyone can be equipped. Yes, everyone. Since it increases the physical attack and magic attack. Yeah, so it doesn't really matter whether it's depending on physical attack or magic attack. As well as speed +12. Very nice. And then for the weapon ability, it only applies to Alma. It increases her all attack, all defense, and speed for 3 turns. So this skill is not really that bad, and you only can use 1 time or 2 times with the passive. And then next is this mementos, also limited as well, but this mementos doesn't have any visual ability, so beware. But this group skill is very good for her. As you can see, there's 5 group skill. It increases her light attack, dark elemental resistance, accuracy, jewel obtain, jewel cost down. And if you max break this mementos, it added extra initial jewel +10. So try to get these mementos as well if you really want to fully maximize her ability. And then this mementos leader skill is also very good. For the Venus Magic School, all of them will have M attack plus 30%, strike attack 30%, dex 20%, accuracy 10%, and strong versus a last and MB 30%. So if you really want to use this leader skill, try to max break by using the relief, and then equip these mementos as the first slot, and you are done. And then for the Bianca award, this accessory, it increases her Master Jewel, Silent Resistance, Jewel Regen, Area Attack Resistance +10. So this accessory is also almost a must for her because of the Jewel Regen, so that she can easily use her skill. And then for the weapon ability, also not really that bad. It is a 3-hit light strike attack, and it increases the overall skill attack power for light unit. So basically by default the power is increased. And then you can use either 1 or 2 times with the passive. And then last but not least, for the third gear, try to equip with Ultima Muffler or HP Visual Armor so that she can recover HP for every turn. It's quite good. And then I forgot to mention about this weapon. If you unlock her Kaigan skill, and it is a light strike attack with 100% hit, and also reduce the enemy light elemental resistance and can be stacked 2 times for 3 turns. So this skill is not really that bad as a debuff skill, and it is also very good against the evasion unit with the 100% hit. So try to learn this Kaigan skill plus level 3 if you can. Okay, next is the seals or runes. Well, I think the best will be magic attack and magic defense, or accuracy plus 10 either way. And then with the strike attack up and dex, and then with magic attack and maximum jewel, and then physical defense with any resistance you like, but I recommended magic resistance plus 30, and then with magic defense and then anything you like. So I guess that's all about Alma. Okay, next is the fourth character I'm going to introduce is Andech, and he's a limited 5-star unit from Genesis. Means you cannot hunt his shards at the main story ES quest, so the only way to get his shards for free, either you play the Genesis hard quest or through the soul pot from your guild, otherwise from the gacha or from the Genesis coin or super pickup coin, either way. And then his main job is physical slash attacker using the great sword, And then right now, as you can see, his physical attack is pretty high, as well as the HP, but the rest is average, with slightly high critical status. And then, he only have 6 kit right now, and I haven't even mastered this and this and this. So his HP and the defense can be even higher when I master everything, as well as if his 7 gate unlocked, his physical attack will be further increased, and along with the laser status increase. And then next is his main ability. Okay, first thing first is this skill is actually not so bad. It increases his all defense and with debuff immune for 3 turns. And then for the second skill, it is a moving slash attack and with property of critical, and then he can inflict the opponent buff unified for 3 turns, and also greatly reduce the opponent magic attack and move -2, and with Alchemy over. Basically it's a time bomb. So this skill is actually quite powerful, especially against the magic attacker, so that the magic attacker will have low damage on him. And the shooting range is 7. It's pretty far away. And then with the AoE skill damage plus critical rate up for 3 turns. And then the best part is this last skill, there's no skill usage. So basically you can use this skill unlimited forever, as long as you have the jewel. It costs about 150, it's pretty high. And then it is a super powerful light slash attack, and it knocks the enemy shield, and for the next skill attack, the skill jewel cost will reduce by half. So basically it's 75. So it's quite cheap after that. And then with probability of critical plus Alchemy over on the enemy. So this is one of the very powerful skill, especially against the raid boss. You can actually use him to solo the raid boss, especially against the dark unit with decent damage and with the time bomb damage, so that the total damage will be pretty high. And then next is the side ability. Okay, it's nothing much. He can inflict the knockdown status if the opponent have the magic attack debuff, and also can reduce the opponent's single attack resistance down. And then he can recover his jewel by about 50% by conceals his HP, so beware. And then the best part is his range ability is pretty powerful, but the only weakness is the shooting range is only just 1. So if the opponent is using the shooting attack, it will be useless. And it is a 100% counter attack with property of critical, and reduce the opponent's slash resistance for 1 turn, and also have dual regen for 1 turn, so that he can easily use the skill attack for the next turn, and skill attack can be activated as well. And what's more, with this passive, this one, with this Kaiten effects, when he successful lands critical damage on enemy, he will recover HP by 20%. So basically, as long as he criticals the enemy, whether it's from the range ability or from the skill, he can recover the HP, so he will not die so easily. And with the physical attack grading up, and death sentence immune. And then next is the mementos. Okay, this mementos is a limiter as usual for Genesis. And then if you really want to maximize his overall attack power, this mementos is a must, because it also increases the critical rate so that he can easily land the critical damage. As well as this BG ability is really very good. From the start of the map, he will have magic resistance grading up, so that for the turn 1, his magic resistance is very high. But then, for every turn, his magic resistance will reduce by 25%, so beware. And then also, it will permanently increase his slash attack and jewel gain for every turn, and maximum can be stacked for 5 times, so that his overall damage increase after 5 turns. And then another one more thing is this Bianca award or Mementos gear, this accessory is a must. Please get this accessory if you have his Mementos. First thing first, it increases the HP, critical rate, jewel obtain, and slash attack. Okay, it's very good, but the best part is this weapon ability. is a slash attack with probability of critical and reduce the opponent's slash resistance. Okay, the best part is this description. It permanently increases his jewel and multiply by 2. So like for example, if his maximum jewel is 400, after when you use this skill, his maximum jewel will be 800. It's very high. And then if you activate his jewel regen, his jewel recover is a lot, so that he can easily use his main ability last skill, the most powerful skill plus Alchemy Over on the red boss, so that you can use him for solo. But then, if you don't have these mementos, you cannot do this trick, so beware. And then next is this free weapon is pretty good for him. It increases his maximum jewel as well, not really that bad, and with the maximum attack 50, and strong versus the Wolf. So if you are fighting against the Wolf red boss, this weapon is quite good, especially with this weapon ability. It greatly increases the Wolf attack for fighters. But then the alternate choice is you can equip this accessory and you can get it for free at the port level 5, I think. This one, it greatly increases his maximum jewel and also increase the HP, but reduce the jewel attack. So if you want to use him especially against the red boss solo, this is quite a useful accessory so that the jewel regen will be even higher. And then for another accessory, it's really anything you like. You can equip with this accessory with the HP regen or ultimate muffler or with any resistance or speed increase. Yes, anything you like. And then for the seals or runes, I think the best will be physical attack 10% and single attack plus 5 or accuracy plus 10 if you want to use him for the PvP arena. And then with the physical attack and slash attack, and then with the dex and critical rate or battle jewel, either way. And then with the critical and any resistance you like, and then with magic defense and anything. So I guess that's all about Andech. Okay, next is, this will be the 5th character I'm going to introduce, Bianca. And then she's a limited 5-star Genesis unit, same as Andech. So you cannot hunt her shards at the main story EX quest. And then about her job, she can support your ally, attack the enemy, and debuff the enemy, either way. And then as you can see, her HP is not bad, and the magic attack is also pretty high, as well as her physical defense, magic defense is also not bad, pretty high. And her speed is also not bad, almost 200. And then next is her main ability. Okay, she can recover your allies' HP with this skill or this skill. And then for this skill, it is a magic attack with Clock Up, Buff, Nullified, and Bad Status Nullified for 3 turns. So this is very good for PvP and Arena and some of the Hell quests, of course. And then for this skill, it is an AoE magic attack with 100% hit, silent status, and reduce the opponent accuracy, evasion for 3 turns. So this skill is very good for evasion unit, especially for PvP Arena. But the best part is, this skill is actually quite broken. It is a moving cover skill for one target ally for 1 turn, but the shooting range is 10. So basically, she can easily teleport towards your ally within the range of 10. Very nice. And then she can protect all types of damage, whether it is a physical or magic damage. And then she will have all defense, CT down resistance, stop resistance, drop down resistance, and speed debuff nullified for 1 turn. So basically for this 1 turn, there isn't any damage. It's really very powerful. Unless if the opponent is using any skill that can enhance the cover skill. Otherwise, it's really a broken skill, especially for manual PvP or top the hell quest. But you only can use 2 times, so beware. And then about her side ability, you also have the ability to nullify HP and jewel regen. Also not so bad. And also with all attack down for 1 attack on the opponent as well. And the shooting range is 6. And then this one is also very good. She can use the guard status on any one of your allies except for herself. So this is also very good for emergency. But then you only can use 1 time, so beware. And then she also can use this skill with CT down, debuff, unify for your allies for 3 turns beside herself. So this is also one of the very good skill if the opponent keep using the debuff skill or CT down skill. And then her rational ability is also very powerful, this one. It is 100% first strike counter. When the enemy is using any types of attack, she will remove off the buff from the target and also increase her magic attack and can be stacked 3 times for 1 attack. Also pretty nice. And the shooting range is 2 to 7, pretty far away. And there isn't any height range limit, also very good. So even if the opponent is attacking her from very high up, this rational ability will still activate as long as the shooting range is within 2 to 7. And then about her supply ability, depending on the situation, you can switch one of the passive with this Rebel Charge. When she defeats any enemy, it will permanently increase her magic attack, dex and speed, and can be stacked and there's no limit. So if you want to use her to solo the Hell Quest, you can try to equip this passive so that her overall magic attack power will be very high and her speed will be very high as well. And then next is her Mementos. This Mementos is limited as usual for the Genesis, and then this skill is pretty powerful. If you max break these Mementos, this will add extra all status resistance plus 30. It's really very nice, so that she can easily withstand the enemy status attack. As well as, this special ability is also very good. It is the magic attack with 100% hit with silence and bind status on the enemy. So this special ability is quite good for arena and PvP, especially against the evasion unit. As well as, this special gear award or Mementos gear is also quite powerful, this one. It increases her HP, magic attack, shielding disable resistance and area attack resistance. And the best part is, this weapon ability is a magic light attack and also reduce the opponent's CT to 0. And if the opponent have any bad status, the skill power increase. So this skill is similar with the narrow weapon ability, I think, except that it reduces the CT to 0. And then next is this accessory. It is a free accessory you can get from the shop, I think. I can't remember which one. And then it increases her HP, but it also increases all of the status resistance. As you can see, all plus 30. So if you have her Mementos, her status resistance will be plus 60. It's really very high. So try to equip this accessory if you have it. And then with this accessory, from 4-star Mementos, I think it's Fujika Mementos. And it increases the Metal Jewel, magic attack and water resistance. Also not really that bad for her. As well as with the shooting resistance, magic resistance for 3 turns from the start of the map. So it's quite good for arena and PvP. And then for the runes or seals, I think it will be the best to equip with the magic attack. And anything like physical defense, magic defense, accuracy, or status resistance, really anything. And then with magic attack, and then with maximum jewel or healing power, and then physical defense with the resistance and magic defense, anything you like. Okay, I guess that's all about the Bianca. Okay, next is... Okay, this will be the last character I'm going to introduce, Raphtalia. And then she is a collaboration unit from the Tate no Yusha or Hero Shield. So basically she is a limited unit. And then about her job, she is a physical attacker with high evasion. As you can see right now, her evasion is this high, 75. Of course with the help of the gear and with the help of the runes. And then for some reason, even though she is an evasion unit, but her HP is 10k. Interesting. And then her physical attack is pretty high, and the speed is not bad, and her move is 5. So that she can easily move around the map. Okay, next is her main ability. Okay, this skill is actually pretty good. It is a moving skill, and increase your allies' evasion, and also increase her slash attack until she getting any 3 damage. So as long as if she managed to evade the enemy's attack, this is the permanent buff. And then for this second skill, it's a simple AoE slash attack, And if the opponent have the accuracy down, the skill attack power increase. And for the 1 turn, her jewel cost greatly reduced. So it's quite good to use the accuracy debuff first, otherwise it will be a waste. And then for this third skill, it is also a very simple skill, and if she has the move buff, the skill power greatly increase. And then for the last skill, it is an aerial slash attack with property of critical, and reduce the opponent's slash resistance and accuracy, and can be stacked 2 times for 3 turns. So this skill is really very good, so that she has a higher chances of evade the enemy's attack, and also she can deal more damage on the enemies as well. And then next is the side ability. This skill is also quite good. She will inflict the strong blind status on the enemy and reduce the light resistance for 3 turns. So if the opponent has the blind status, it will further increase her evasion. So it's quite good, and the shooting range is 5. And the AoE is diamond. It's quite big. And then for this second skill, it is a moving skill towards the enemy's back with dual damage and interrupts the cast time and silence status. This skill is also very good, especially for the manual PvP or some of the hell quests. And then this skill is also not bad. It increases her move and jump plus 2 for 3 turns. And then next is her ration ability. And this ration ability is quite broken if you ask me. It is 100% first strike counter from all types of attack, and then it increases her physical attack, evasion, and move plus 1, and can be stacked 2 times for 2 turns, and skill attack can be activated as well, and there's no range limit. So as long as if the enemy doesn't have any skill that has the ability to ignore the ration ability, this ration ability is 100% activate, so that her overall evasion increase by 30. So that she can easily evade the enemy's attack, and with slightly high damage. Okay, next is her mementos. Okay, this mementos is a limiter as usual for the collaboration. And then for your information, this mementos is a must if you really want to use Raphtalia, because of this visual ability. When she evades any types of attack, it will permanently increase her slash attack and with dual regen, and can be stacked 10 times. So that, end of the day, her attack power will be very high, and then for every turn, her jewel recover also very high, so that she can keep using the skill attack. And then next is this Vision Gear Award, or Mementos Gear. This one, it increases the HP and all attack, and then with death sentence resistance. So this accessory is actually quite good for arena and PvP. And then you can use this weapon ability, which is it increases your allies within the AoE, all attack, and maximum HP increase for 3 turns. Also not really that bad, but you only can use 1 time, so beware. And then for this free weapon, you can get from the ES quest from the collaboration, and it increases her physical attack, evasion, and slash attack. So this weapon will be the best for her. And then for the weapon ability, it's also very good. It is a moving 5 hit light slash attack towards the enemy's back, and ignores the enemy's defense, and also reduce the enemy accuracy for 3 turns, and also ignores the enemy ration ability. It's very nice, and the shooting range is 5. So this weapon ability is very good for PvP and arena, and even hell quests. But you only can use 1 time, so beware. And then for the another gear, this one, try to equip with anything that is increase her other evasion. Like for example, this accessory increase the slash evasion. Or you can equip with another gear that is increase the magic evasion or shooting evasion. Anything. And then this weapon ability is also quite good for her. It is a moving skill and recovers her best status, and also increase her speed for 3 turns. So it's not really that bad. And then for the seals or runes, I think it will be the best to equip with evasion up and accuracy up, or single attack up or area attack up, either way. And then with physical attack, slash attack, and then with critical rate or maximum jewel, and then with critical anything, and magic defense anything, and anything. So I guess that's all about Raphtalia. Okay, next is And then for the other remaining creator that I never mentioned just now, I will do a very short ranking for those who have the special job and job plus and some of the creator. Okay, let's go. Logi is a free unit you can get from the main story chapter 1, and then he has a very powerful third job, but it's quite troublesome to unlock, so beware. And most of his attack is depending on the physical defense. Okay, next is Canon is a free unit you can get from the Sacred Stone chapter 1, and then once you unlock her job plus plus or CC plus, she's actually quite powerful with the 2 mementos and the gears, and she's very good against the Beta Templar, especially against the dark unit like for example Soul and Noid, these two. Okay, next is Blind is a normal 5-star creator from the Sacred Stone, and then he also have the job plus plus or CC plus, which also makes him quite powerful, especially against a dark unit, and then he also have the ability to cover all types of magic damage on one ally. It's not really that bad actually. Okay, next is Blaze is a 5-star normal creator, and then after the Bridegroom, job plus or CC, he has the ability to cover the magic damage from your allies, just like Zine, and his overall damage will be increased if he fighting against a female unit. Okay, next is Margaret is a normal 5-star creator, and after when she unlocks her Merchant Job Plus or CC, it further increases her jewel transfer to your allies, as well as she has the ability to use another set of main ability for 5 turns after when you use her main ability last skill. Okay, next is BRDD. She is a 5-star normal creator, and even though right now she doesn't have any job plus yet, but her Diviner or Tenkoshi enchant job is still very useful as a support, and then her damage can be very high if her HP is very low. Okay, next is Bud is a normal 5-star creator, and then his overall damage is based from his current HP, so if his HP is very low, his overall damage will be greatly increased. Especially he has the ability to use the guard status so that he can use the counter attack and deals with big damage every time. Okay, next is Thaddeus is a free creator. You can get and hunt his shards at the Archive event quest, and then his job plus or CC is based from the Dragon Knight or Cabra, and all of his attack is depending on the magic attack instead of physical attack, and he's very specialized in killing the insect. Okay, next is Miyadiki is a 5-star normal creator, and her job plus or CC is from the Bishop, so she is very specialized in HP and status recover, as well as she is also very good against the evasion unit thanks to the 100% hit skill and accuracy debuff. Okay, next is Moa is a normal 5-star creator, and her job plus or CC is from Lasetsu. Basically, it's similar with the Berserker job, except that it is a strike attack, and depending on physical attack, dex and speed. Okay, next is Ainana is a 5-star limited creator, and she is a high-speed magic pierce attacker with Clock status on herself. And she is also very good against the evasion unit thanks to the 100% hit skill. Okay, next is Lina is a limited 5-star creator, but her shards can be hunted at the Berber Chronicle hard quest. And then right now, even though she doesn't have any job plus yet, but she's still very powerful, especially against the dark unit, and thanks to the limited Christmas mementos, she has a decent damage. Okay, next is Tsuzuka is a 5-star normal creator, and her job plus or CC is from the Blade Master, and thanks to her Blade Master and Dark Knight passive, her physical attack managed to hit more than 2000, and with the help of her limited mementos, she can deal a very big single target damage. Okay, next is Haide is a 5-star limited creator, and she is a physical slash attacker, and she is quite specialized in arena thanks to the 100% guards from her rational ability and permanent only form with 5 turns guard status with high accuracy as well, so that she also can attack the evasion unit. Okay, next is Fiona is a 5-star free creator you can get from this mementos, I think, from the anniversary panel mission, and then she is very specialized in support your allies, and also you can use the Crowmancer as well. Okay, next is Tedido is a 5-star limited creator, but you can hunt her shards at the Barbara Chronicle hard quest. And then she is a magic attacker and deals slightly high damage towards the dark unit. And you also can switch one of her passive with Treble Charge, so that her overall attack power will be further increased when she defeats the enemy. Okay, next is Nika is a 5-star normal character. Her job plus or CC is from the Battle Mage or Gai Madoshi, and she is a very powerful magic attacker with high physical defense. But in order to fully utilize her, you need to have her limited Easter mementos with the dual regen. If not, she is not so easy to use. Okay, next is Torito is a 5-star limited character, but her shots can be hunted at the main story hard quest. Her job plus or CC is from Sacred Knight or Shinden Kishi, and then she has the ability to protect the magic damage, as well as she also can debuff the enemy magic attack, along with the dark attack down can be stacked 2 times. Okay, next is Hui is a limited 5-star character, and then she is a shooting attacker with very long range, as well as she is quite specialized in arena and PvP thanks to some of the status attack and debuff, and she also very good against the evasion unit as well. Okay, next is Diva is a 5-star normal character, but you only can get 1 shot every day, located at the main story extra quest. And then she is a critical slash attacker with slightly high evasion, and with the help of her mementos, it will further increase her overall attack power when she criticals hit. Okay, next is Dex is a 5-star limited character, and his voice actor or seiyuu is Tsukita Tomokazu, one of my favorite. And then he is considered an evasion unit with slash and pierce attack, and he is quite specialized in manual PvP as well. Okay, next is Emma is a 5-star limited Genesis unit, so you cannot hunt her shards at the normal story quest. And then even though she is a magic attacker, but she is quite specialized in support your allies, especially your magic attacker, thanks to the magic attack transfer, and she also can buff your allies light attack from her limited mementos. Okay, next is Nikaya is a 5-star limited Genesis unit, so her shots cannot be hunted from the main story quest, and then she is a flying unit pierce attacker. And also she is very good against the evasion unit thanks to the accuracy and evasion debuff, and then for some reason she also can evade the enemy's attack, but of course her overall evasion is not as high as Raphtalia. Okay, next is Tule Bulu is a 5-star limited ancient unit, so her shots cannot be get at the main story, and then she is considered a support unit with some attack skill, and she can transform into the dragon even if you are using the auto. And right now, she is also the only character who can use AoE overclock on your allies, but the cast time is really very long, so it's not so easy to use. Okay, next is Hasumi is a free character you can get from one of the limited events, and then she is a support unit, but she has the ability to transform if you have her mementos for fighters, and then her base status increase as well with some attack skill. Okay, next is Ifareto is a 5-star limited collaboration character from Phantom of the Kill, and then she is a magic shooter with high damage, and she is quite good in all types of quests except for the raid boss. Okay, next is Yuffie is a free collaboration character from the Phantom of the Kill, and her job plus or CC is from the Holy Knight or Cabra, and even though she is a free unit, she is still considered quite powerful, especially when you unlock her Kaigan Lasso skill. She has the ability to inflict Alchemy Crush, even though it's a probability. Okay, next is Yuffie Black Killer's version is a 5-star limited collaboration character, and unlike her normal version, she has higher physical attack and HP, and she is quite specialized in arena or PvP with the help of her new mementos and Strong versus a Human and Kaigan Lasso skill. Okay, next is Edukiru is a 5-star limited collaboration character from Phantom of the Kill, and then she is a Dragon Rider slash attacker, and she has the ability to move one more turn if she manages to kill the enemy. So she is quite good overall, but then she has a big weakness on the shooting attack, so beware. Okay, next is Hanji is a 5-star limited collaboration creator from Attack of the Titans or Shingeki no Kyojin. And then she is very specialized in supporting your allies, especially against the giant unit, as well as she also can debuff the enemies, and she also can use the HP recover skill on your allies as well. Okay, next is Miri is a 5-star limited collaboration creator from Tensura or Reincarnation Slime, either way, and then she is a very powerful critical strike attacker, and her skill damage is depending on her current jewel over maximum jewel. So the higher her current jewel is, the higher the damage is. Okay, next is Emilia is a 5-star limited collaboration creator from ReZero, and she is a very powerful magic attacker, especially against the dark unit. And she is quite good in raid boss as well, and you can switch around with her reaction ability, whether you want to increase her elemental resistance or reduce the enemy elemental resistance, either way. Okay, next is Terry Boca is a 5-star limited collaboration creator from King of Fighter, and then he is a critical strike attacker, and he is very specialized in PvP and arena thanks to the stun status attack and strong versus human, these two. And then one of his attack is depending on the critical status, so it's quite interesting. Okay, next is Titania is a 5-star limited collaboration creator from the Shin Megami Tensei 3, and then she is a support unit with status buff when she besides any ally, as well as she has a super recover skill on your allies and super debuff skill on the enemies. Okay, next is Okay, this will be the end of the Light Ranking 2021 video, and I hope you guys are enjoying this video. So thank you for watching this video. See you guys next time. Bye bye, sayonara.